We will all have our Gethsemane moment. All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wahaha, Quadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And it's just as you see in the title of this video. We will all have our Gethsemane moment. If you're not familiar with Gethsemane, I believe, is mentioned in the book of Matthew, the 26th chapter. And Gethsemane was the garden where Yahweh Shai prayed to the Heavenly Father. And it was a very intense moment, because during the time of Gethsemane, when Yahweh Shai was praying, he was sweating blood. Okay? And it was at that time that Yahweh Shai had to be alone. Okay? The Wada Yahweh Shai for allowing me to cross the street safely. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Bless you, Yahweh, bless you, Yahweh Shai. Okay, it was in the Garden of Gethsemane that Yahweh Shai had to be alone. Okay, now Yahweh Shai had Peter and his some of his disciples with him, and he commanded them to stay awake while he prayed to the Father. Okay, now at that very same time, Yahweh Shai knew that he had to go through. Yahweh Shai knew that in the near future, he was going to have to suffer great things. He was going to have to go through some serious pain before being returned back to the Father. So it's very important. It's very important to know that that Yahweh Shai had a lot going through his mind. Okay, for him to get on his knees and to ask the Heavenly Father, to beg the Heavenly Father to let the cup pass from him. Now the cup represents everything he was going to have to suffer, to go through, in order to make an atonement for his sins. Okay? And the time is coming where we are going to be wrongfully persecuted. Just like how Yahweh Shai was wrongfully persecuted. Okay? Yahweh Shai was lied on, and we're going to be lied on too. So don't think it's strange when Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, the so-called elites, use his technology to create AI videos of you doing something that you did not do. You know? Because they can use AI videos to show you doing some terrorist activity, or you know, doing something that you did not do. You know, they can say you was here at this time, you was doing this, you planted this bomb and blah blah blah. You know, because they're getting desperate. Esau knows that he cannot come at us carnally, so he's going to come at us technically, technology-wise. So the time is coming where we may find ourselves sitting in a concentration camp with our hands tied behind our back, wearing an orange jumpsuit and a bag over our head. And that right there, my brothers, is our Gethsemane moment. So let me go to the book of Matthew, chapter 26. Okay, Matthew 26, verse 31. Then saith Yahushua unto his disciples, all ye shall be offended because of me this night, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered. Yahushua is that shepherd. Okay.
Wait.
Now, you know, like the brother Yashawamba shared the story, or was it Yashawamba? Now I believe it was Ariala. It was one of them. I can't remember. I apologize. But basically, they shared the story of a brother, you know, who something very terrible happened to him, you know. And his response was, this is what I signed up for. You know, our apostles and our elders always tell us that, you know, you should always know what you're involved in. You know, this ministry is very serious. And everything that is written in the Holy Scriptures will come to pass. But just like how Yahweh was in the Garden of Gethsemane praying for the cup to pass from him, okay, and well, when he was under great distress, sweat and blood, we are going to go through similar scenarios, okay? So, I'm sorry. Let's go to the book of Matthews. I'm sorry. There's a precept I have in mind. Just real quick. Let me see. Type in foe. Hey, excuse me. Okay. All right, let's type in household, because it's the point I want to make. Because see, here we go. Because see, you may have family members who they may seem like they're your friends. They love you. They'll never betray you. But Esau might put a bounty out on your head. Unfortunately, some of us do live with our family members. And when that time comes, Esau might put out a bounty for your capture. And that bounty might be $1 million, $20 million. So brothers are going to be betrayed by family members. Now, I know in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, it is written that the mother shall betray the daughter, and the son shall betray the father, and vice versa. Showing you that when that time comes, there's going to be a lot of betrayal going on. Even those that are amongst the camps of Great Millstone, there's going to be a lot of betrayal going on. Okay, Matthew 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Okay, division. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father. You see that? And the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foe shall be they of his own household. A man's foe shall be they of his own household. You see that? So when the hour of Gethsemane comes, just like how Judas Iscariot betrayed Yahweh, well, guess what? Okay, there's going to be family members that you grew up with, you was raised with, that's going to betray you. Okay, they're going to betray you. They're going to turn you in. Okay? I mean, hell, you might even be asleep, you know, in your bedroom. You may be asleep in your own bedroom, and your your parents might pounce on you and tie you up. I mean, it's not funny, but you know, something like that might actually happen. You see? You know? That's why our apostles and elders always teach us to get used to not being comfortable, because you might have to be on the run. Because we've seen what the so-called white man did with 9/11, right? It's going to happen again. You know, always have the Gethsemane mindset, because we're living those times. Shalom.